Hello and welcome to my channel. This will be my November 2020 TBR. I have 4 books on this list. As of right now, I found that I'm able to get through about a book a week. I do work a full-time job, so I'm always trying to squeeze it in between work. But I'm trying to get better with using as much free time as I can to read. So on my lunch break, as soon as I'm done with work, sometimes while I'm cooking, like if something's cooking, I got a second, I'll just read while I'm cooking. Anyway, as of right now, I'm at 4. I want to get some more, like 5 or 6 a month, but we'll see. So for this month, because I focus on all spooky books for Halloween, I already posted that video. I will link to it. But so this month, I'm always going to be reading my horror books, but I also want to mix it up with my thriller, suspense, mystery, because those are the other 2 things I love, or other 3. So I have 2 horror books and 2 suspense, thriller, mysteries. Yeah. So I'm going to start with what I'm already reading now. I'm actually starting it, today's November 1st, but when you see this, I will already be reading it. And that is Still House Lake by Rachel Caine. I will read you the synopsis. The killing didn't stop when they caught her husband. Gina Royal is the definition of average. A shy Midwestern housewife with a happy marriage and 2 adorable children. But when a car accident reveals her husband's secret life as a serial killer, she must remake herself as Gwen Proctor, the ultimate warrior mom. With her ex now in prison, Gwen has finally found refuge in a new home on remote Still House Lake. Though still the target of stalkers and internet trolls who think she had something to do with her husband's crimes, Gwen dares to think her kids can finally grow up in peace. But just when she's starting to feel at ease in her new identity, a body turns up in the lake, and threatening letters start arriving from an all too familiar address. Gwen Proctor must keep friends close and enemies at bay to avoid being exposed, or watch her kids fall victim to a killer who takes pleasure in tormenting her. One thing is certain, she's learned how to fight evil, and she'll never stop. So, I was intrigued, and I read the preview. I liked the style of the writing, so I am ready to curl up with this book. It's on a lake. Look at that cover, how it's like dark, and yeah, so I'm going to be, like I said, curled up under the blanket. That's how I like to read. I love to read in bed, get toasty, and we'll see how this unfolds. I may do a review, or it may just be on Goodreads. You'll have to wait and see. The next book, I'm not sure which order I'm going to be reading these in. All I know is I'm starting with Still House Lake, but these other 2 or 3, I'm not sure which order yet. But the next one I'm going to talk about is Baby Teeth. This is a horror novel, and it says on the cover, "Sweetness can be deceptive," by Zoji Stage. I hope I'm saying that right. Zoji, I'm hoping. And then of course there's all the quotes on the back from other people, but let's look at the synopsis. Is love born or bred? What is the nature of good and evil? When is a family fit to survive? Suzette is a devoted stay-at-home mother doing everything she can to connect with her 7-year-old daughter, who cannot or will not speak. But ever since Hannah was a baby, Suzette couldn't help but feel despised by her, manipulated, and scared to death. Alex, Hannah's father, wants to believe his wife's accounts of Hannah's cruel and unusual behavior. The only problem is that Alex has never really seen it himself. Hannah shows him nothing but love, and it's driving Suzette literally crazy. Could it be that Hannah is just a typical naughty girl? One whose everyday antics toward her mother point to intelligence, creativity, maybe even charm? Or is Hannah, as Suzette fears, actually trying to kill her? A powerhouse, razor-sharp novel of psychological suspense, Baby Teeth raises more questions than it answers and will leave you guessing until its shocking conclusion. I hope so. So this is about a creepy child. I like The Omen. Creepy kids don't scare me, but like I said, I still enjoyed The Omen, and I know there's some other, or like, in horror movies, like we just watched Ouija 2 for Halloween, where a child gets possessed, like The Exorcist or whatever, but I love those kind of things, so I'm hoping this is good. I just love this cover. It makes me want this lollipop, but anyway. So that is book number 2. And then for book number 3, I kind of did a swap. I had the guest list next in line, but I started it and I was like, how did this end up on my Goodreads? I think it's because when I first decided to get back into reading and I knew I wanted to do YouTube videos, I was just throwing so much on my TBR list, and I was not reading synopsis, or I think I just read synopsis. I wasn't reading previews. And also, I was just like, anything that seemed remotely interesting, I just threw it on there. And now I'm being really picky because I don't like wasting time on books. Other people might. I do not. I don't have time to waste on books. I will DNF a book in a heartbeat. Just like I stop watching shows if I'm not interested. I will turn off a movie if it's not keeping my attention. Life is too short. We don't have time for that. So I swapped out the guest list for The Silent Patient because I already had that one ready for me at the library. It took like a month for me to get it. That's how many people wanted to read this book. So I'm hoping it's that good. We'll see. So I will just put the synopsis here on the screen because I don't have it yet, but it should be in my hands tomorrow. And then for my final book, I will be reading The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. This one I heard about here on YouTube with some horror booktubers, but this one intrigued me, and you shall see why. None of us ever agreed on the exact beginning. Was it when we started drawing the chalk figures, or when they started to appear on their own? Was it the terrible accident, or when they found the first body? In 1986, Eddie and his band of misfit friends are on the verge of adolescence. Bonded by mutual awkwardness and a yearning for excitement, they spend their days biking around their English village looking for adventure. The chalk men are their secret code, little chalk stick figures they draw for each other as hidden messages, warnings of bullies or signifying meeting spots. But one morning, Eddie finds a chalk man directing him into the nearby woods. He follows the message, only to find the dismembered body of a teenage girl. That is the day when everything changes. In 2016, Eddie is a grown man, working as a teacher at his old school, nursing a drinking problem, and trying to forget his past, until one day he gets a letter with no return address, containing a single chalk stick figure, the same figure he saw the day he found the body. Soon he discovers that each of his old friends has received the same mysterious note. At first they brush it off as a bad prank, but when one of them is killed, Eddie realizes that saving himself means finally figuring out what really happened all those years ago. But digging into the past proves more dangerous than he could have imagined. Because in this town, everyone has secrets. No one is truly innocent, and some will do anything to keep the truth buried. Irresistibly addictive, bone-chillingly harrowing, and masterfully plotted right up to its jaw-dropping ending. The Chalk Man is the must-read thriller of 2018. It's 2020, that's fine. But, as I said in my last video, I now realize I enjoy stories that have to do with kids. Because it's from the kids, and then when they become adults, it kind of reminds me of It Chapter 2. But that's it, no clowns or anything. But so I'm hoping I enjoyed this book. It is also a horror novel, but it also has a mystery. Baby Teeth, not really, but this one seems like a mystery and horror. So I'm excited for this one too. So that is my November TBR. Stay tuned for, possibly some reviews. Either way, you can always keep up with me on Goodreads, linked below. I'm on there every day. I update what I'm reading, how I feel about what I'm reading, etc., etc. So you can friend me, follow me, all that good stuff. I appreciate the love. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you stick around, subscribe, so you can see what I'm going to be reading next month, find out what I have to say about the books that I am going to read in November, and all that good stuff. I will add some more things as I go along. But yeah, subscribe. Please give me a like, comment. I love to chit chat. And until next time, bye-bye.